Secretary of State Katie Hobbs is speaking out after hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding was taken away from voter outreach programs. Those funds were made available to states to improve the administration of elections, including enhancing technology and improving security. But Secretary Hobbs says they are now out $500,000. That's a lot of money. Secretary Hobbs joins us this morning to talk about the vote that led to this decision as we are now 4 months away from Election Day. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Could we talk specifically now about what was going to be done with that money?
So, among other things, we had been working with the counties and election officials across the state for months on this plan to ensure that we were utilizing the dollars in the most effective way to improve elections in our state, which is what they're intended for. We had crafted this plan that includes cybersecurity enhancements for our office, subgrants to the counties for technology and security improvements there, as well as other necessary security things. Included in that was a public education campaign, and this is really critical because we know, and we've been told by many federal agencies, that there are going to be attempts to disrupt the election with campaigns of misinformation, and that was specifically what this public education was designed to combat, and we had support of all the counties for this plan.
Do you think that this money lost is going to hurt information that you usually get out to voters of how important it is to cast their votes?
Well, I think it's important to note that we had decided that putting together a statewide campaign was going to be the most effective use of the dollars. We are still intending to move forward to ensure that these elections are safe and secure and that voters have the information that they need. And we're working with the counties to be able to do that.
Now, how secure, I guess technology-wise, are our systems? Because we've had a lot of problems in the past. So moving to November, obviously this is a big election. How should we feel about how the systems are working here in our state?
I am very confident in the security that we have in place for all of our election systems. I could spend hours talking about all the work that we've done, but we've done a lot of preparation, and it's ongoing work. And we've been doing the work in our office and at the county level to ensure that across the state the systems are secure. So I have a lot of confidence, and I think that voters can anticipate that our elections, both in August and November, are going to be secure.
Let's talk a little bit about mail-in ballots and the hoopla that's been surrounding that and whether it's safe or not. Do you have a message to the voters of Arizona on that?
Arizona has a long track record of successful and secure and accurate vote by mail. It is probably the safest way to vote in this upcoming election, given the pandemic that we're in. And voters can rest assured that there is security with vote by mail. It's as secure as in-person voting, and there are a lot of systems and processes in place that ensure the safety and security of ballots cast by mail.
That is good to know. I have one last question. We only have a few seconds left. With this pandemic, and speaking of which, what are your projections as far as people who choose to come and vote in person, and how are you going to navigate that with everything going on with COVID-19?
We've been working with the counties for a long time to ensure that in-person voting is going to be safe, and that voters won't have to choose between their health and their right to vote. And so we're working to expand early voting options so that Election Day has maybe fewer people voting in person on Election Day, but voters are going to have plenty of options to choose from and to do that in a safe manner.
That is definitely good to know. Secretary Hobbs, thank you so much for your time this morning.